Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Debra Eckerling, goals strategist, book proposal specialist, author of Your Goal Guide and 52 Secrets for Goal Setting and Goal Getting. You can't reach your goals on your own. You need your people. So every week I bring in some of my people to chat about the topic, and it is Women's History Month. So we are kicking off March with a conversation about empowerment. And I brought together some of my favorite gal pals. We allowed to say that? Yeah. Who I know are so into this topic. Well, okay, so I will explain it backwards. So I've known Viveka von Rosen for ages. She is the person who introduced me to Dayna Steele. And I'm like, okay, great. We're going to just mind meld. And then I met Carrie Murray a few months ago, and we're working together on her book. And we're having our meeting last week, and I'm like, you're all about empowerment. You have to come play. So that's how this panel came together. And unless it's on purpose, my people don't know each other. So today it's like a little of this, a little of that. But the thing that, and I will include myself, the panel today has in common is we're all about using our voice to share messages, to inspire change, and basically to help people live the life they deserve and desire. And you might be watching this as GoalChat Live. You might be listening to us or watching the replay. No matter how you found us, we are so glad you're here and wanting to empower yourself, because let's face it, that is how we make things happen. And now that I have appropriately gushed, I would love for my guests to introduce themselves better, because right now all you know is they're awesome, which is important, but I kind of feel like we can get a little deeper before we dive in. So Carrie, let's start with, yes, we're blaming Mercury retrograde from the fact that I did this backwards. We're just going to blame it on everything. Carrie, welcome. Welcome to GoalChat.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here. We are talking about one of my two favorite topics, women. So I love that. My name is Carrie Murray. I'm based in Los Angeles. I'm the founder of the BRA Network. BRA, Business Relationship Alliance, a network of women that lift and support each other like a good bra. Just solely entrepreneurial brace, but as such, I kind of like weaved that into my new show called Carrie On, and it is a web series and podcast that features all women, not just entrepreneurs, and we carry on about things that we don't want to be muted or silenced about. We're very much in threat of currently. So everything from climate, medical gaslighting, to aging beautifully, to perimenopause, to finding the right fitting bra, even in your 50s. So that's me. I'm also nuts, and I love lemons and hate candy.
There you go. Carrie in a nutshell.
I have to go next.
I need to.
I have to go next because my retreat is called TIT. It's Tech in the Tropics, but it's TIT.
Love it.
Therefore, I go well with Carrie's bra.
Okay, I must have had. I got the psychic memo to connect you guys for sure.
And I am also Aquarius.
Oh, well, happy birthday.
Anyway, whoever wants to go next can go next.
No, you're already highlighted, Viv. Please share who you are and why you are here.
My name's Viveka von Rosen. I'm the founder of the Women's Technology Collaborative and the Tech in the Tropics retreat called TIT.
I love it.
And let me tell you, we had some fun. I won't go into the level of learning in other things. Anyway, I am also passionate about women. No, I'm also passionate about women and empowerment, and that's kind of my whole thing. After way too many years, we founded a technology company. I exited that about 3 years ago to start Beyond the Dream Board, and I just work with them, develop their voice using technology, and Yeah, getting their voices out there and heard. And one of the amazing women who helped me get my voice out there and heard is our other guest, Dayna Steele, and she is amazing and one of my bestest friends. And I still always say I want to be her when I grow up.
See, I guess we did go with the right. That's your cue, Dayna.
Is that my
That's
intro?
your cue.
Okay, well, while Viveka was talking, I was paying no attention. I came up with my acronym.
Oh, great. Cool.
Finding unique career kickoffs.
I like it.
That's my favorite word.
That worked out well.
Okay, there you go. So I'm a rock radio Hall of Famer, an entrepreneur, a writer, an author, and very excited to say an actor and a playwright whose play was just invited to Festival Fringe in Scotland for all of August. So very excited to be invited early on, and so now I'm trying to figure all that out. That's what I do. I empower myself to do a million different things because you can.
True.
I think the last time you were on, you were talking about how, I'm not going to use the word obsessed, but how obsessed you were with getting on Fringe. That was literally the priority for ages.
Well, it was because it's a really big deal because it's kind of the last thing I can do with this play before I either license it for other theaters to do it or just move on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've been doing this.
Yeah.
I've been reliving my mom's Alzheimer's and death.
Yeah.
Since we started working on the play in 2019, lost mom in 2015. And I literally just said to Charlie the Wonder Husband 2 days ago, I said, it's time. I think it's time to move on.
Yeah.
It's time to just go do the other things that I want to do. And I'm going to let the investors and the donors and the actors and the director and everybody know on Monday that I am going to move on. And literally 2 hours later, we got the, hey, you're
on Fringe.
Pretty much a first round, amazing slot time, the entire run of Fringe. And I'm like, Mom. And then I'm like, okay, we'll take it. I need to know what's the address of the theater so that I can start trying to find something, because all the housing is more than the first car I bought for the entire month of August. And they sent me the address and I was like, really? It's on Nicholson Street in Edinburgh, Scotland. And the whole play is about my mom, Fran Nicholson. So I'm like,
It's
okay,
meant
Mom,
to be.
here we go.
Mm-hmm.
And it's little stuff like this, Carrie, all the time.
Yeah.
To the point I'm like, okay, I'll do your damn play again.
Mm-hmm.
So but you know what? I wasn't even sure what we were doing today. I just do whatever Deb says. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll log on, whatever. I'm a DJ. I can talk about whatever. And I literally hung up talking with some people today, and I thought, why am I not afraid to try new things and empower myself to just go for it? Are you born with that, or can you teach somebody that? And then I thought, well, I better see what Deb's talking about today. And it was like, oh,
holy crap.
So I looked it up, and I love this definition: the process of becoming stronger and more confident, especially in controlling one's life and claiming one's rights.
Okay, that was going to be my first question, right? What is empowerment? So apparently
it's giving yourself the permission, and it's not something you get from someone else, is what I've decided. It's giving yourself the permission to go, I can do it, I can try it. And don't use the word failure. I hate that word. Failure, it's lessons. It's not failure. I mean, everybody thinks I'm so successful, but there's a million things I've tried that didn't work. And
right.
It's giving yourself the permission to not give a finding unique career kickoff about what anybody else thinks. And once you get over that, well, people will think I'm stupid. People will think I'm a failure. People will think, fuck them. And that's what empowerment is giving yourself that permission to vote as a woman, to have a credit card, to start a new company, to like Viv does, to start an entirely new career. Nobody can empower you to do that except yourself. That's what I think I've learned. I'll go drink my wine.
Okay, then. I have to ask you, who's got dishes in the background?
I don't know, because we're not doing dishes.
Not me.
I hear it too.
I hear it too.
I hear it too. Somebody's on.
Okay, then.
Oh.
Apparently,
do we have another
guest
who's not in the room?
We have a ghost doing dishes in the background. Okay.
Yeah, because I hear the microwave.
Oh, send them over to my house.
I know. I hear the microwave. I hear dishes being moved around. Do we have guests? Do you allow guests on?
No. We literally have a ghost. Is your mom doing dishes?
I think it's the dish doing ghost, and I want her at my house or him.
It's Fran. It's Fran Nicholson. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Mom. Love that.
Wrangling us back.
I hear it though. Where's it coming from? That's so wild.
So weird.
Alrighty then. Apparently, we have a ghost doing chores. And it's not my house because no one's seeing the other side of my computer.
You don't want to see what's happening behind this.
Alrighty then. Ooh. Hopefully
she dropped off. She dropped off. Well, I'm looking at Charlie, and he's definitely not doing dishes.
Okay, Carrie, what is your definition of empowerment? She said trying to rein us back in.
Yeah. No. Empowerment, I think, can look many, many different ways. For me, I feel it comes from a collective. You can empower yourself. Awesome. But what's really empowering is when you are able to empower the women around you and the people that you surround yourself with, because I feel like if you are able to lift yourself up with confidence, determination, and a little bit of fear, you can then, spill into other women and bring them up. And the best form, I think, of empowerment, it definitely comes from when you are empowering people that don't look like you, that aren't the same race, same religion, same age, same education levels, same socioeconomic. That is empowerment. When you're able to look around and say, I'm going to bring us all in. If I'm the one with all the empowerment, let's empower all of us. So to me, it starts with a collective, a community, and definitely I'm someone that's like, when I'm in a group, and they tell me, oh, I'm an author and I wrote this book on, your pelvic floor. Then I think of 4 other people that need your book, and I'm going to naturally connect people. That is empowerment. When you bring that, when you get that email introduction, when you walk across an event and you're like, I want you to meet Carrie. I want you to meet Dayna. That's empowerment.
I always think of this show as my favorite form of networking. I maybe did not put empowerment, the E word, onto it, but oh my goodness, mind officially blown. I mean, obviously it's what I've been doing, but I don't know that I realized that by sharing the stage. So thank you so much for that. Viv, what is your definition of empowerment? I think she's frozen.
She froze. Oh no, come back. Maybe Alan was doing dishes.
Okay, while we are waiting for Viv to unfreeze, I did want to ask you, Carrie, because you mentioned empowerment was one of your 2 favorite topics. What is the other one?
Money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Making money, spending money on women, empowering women with money, investing in women, money. There she is.
You're back in voice only.
You're frozen, but
so
you're
that's
frozen
shocking.
beautifully.
Oh, good. Let's try this again. Or not.
We have the gremlins today, don't we?
We absolutely do. Okay, Viv, if you can start talking, just interrupt us. So I like, money in terms of when you have it, it empowers you and it helps you to be able to empower others, right?
Yes, when women have money, if $20, the majority of women give their money away. They're going to buy you lunch. And then it starts small, but women as investors, we look for other women to invest in. We invest emotionally. We invest with passion. We don't necessarily invest with numbers first. So we invest in the person, we invest in before we see the brand. But we are coming into a lot of money as the boomers come out. There's a lot of money that women will start getting in the next 15 to 20 years that we will have the power to really change what investing looks like, because women only get 2% of VC money. But that to me is like women, it's empowering and it's also provides freedom. If you have financial freedom, imagine how much more a woman can do and achieve.
And I'm seeing the nodding from Dayna.
Well, I
because she's also of that camp.
Well, and I was just saying I do a thing called Today's Facts because we're all overwhelmed with all the information on a daily basis. And it's just a quick 2025 one line, here's what's happening, this is what's true. And I was talking to my young partner who designs the apps, who's in his mid-20s, and he just lost everything. He had an apartment fire. One of my facts one day was Amazon has recalled a home server because of fire risk. And literally that day, his caught on fire and burned his apartment to the ground. Everything. He had to jump out of a second-story window. And he was okay, but he lost everything. And he said one of the things he's learned, and we were talking about, is that now that he's getting all the insurance checks and everything, he goes, as I walk in a store to buy something, whereas I just would have bought it before, now I'm like, do I really need that? And I said, same
And
thing
is it
happened to
flammable?
us.
Just kidding.
Yeah. We went through a couple of hurricanes. So after that, everything in a store looked to me like something I was going to have to drag out to the curb wet after a hurricane. But I told him, this is good. Stop spending money on crap.
So true.
We traveled for a year and people are like, well, where do you put all your souvenirs? I'm like, we don't buy any. Well, you got to buy Christmas ornaments. No, you don't. You really don't. And they said, but how do you remember? I'm like, I have a brain. I have pictures. Stop buying crap. And you're right. I'm in a position now, Carrie, in my life where people think I'm wealthy. I'm not wealthy, but I spent a whole lifetime with my kids, and I have now raised grown adults who don't buy crap.
Yeah.
And so they can take trips, they can take experiences, they can go to nice dinners, they can buy a nice bottle of wine if they want, because they're not buying a bunch of tchotchkes and stuff. And it is so empowering. And that's what, Carrie, I was trying to explain to my young partner is you're in this mindset because of something horrible that happened, but you're okay. And, just carry that forward because it is empowering to not have debt. It's
Yes.
incredibly empowering.
Yes. And it's very difficult with a generation coming out of college that has just endured so much debt.
Yeah.
And, there's going to be 10, 15 years of college students, graduates, without a job that is even going to chip away at it. And how can you build wealth if you're trying to bring down debt, but the interest rate is so high? It's impossible. It's an impossible thing to do. You would need a huge loan. You would need grandpa's, cash app to get to bring down debt, because it's purposely designed that way, to keep us hungry, to keep us desperate, and to keep us like always struggling. Because when we're always struggling, we can't get innovative. We can't get creative. We can't contradict things we disagree with.
You can't leave a bad relationship.
Nope. You're stuck.
You're stuck. You're stuck. And that's what you're right. Money empowers women. So,
yep.
Okay. Which, very predictable. My next question is how do you tap into it? Because everything you're saying, I'm just smiling and nodding, because there's certain things we need to be able to empower ourselves. If you're in scarcity mindset, you stay in scarcity mindset. we all have the friend who desperately needs a job and never gets hired because they desperately need a job. I mean, I think that's like the easiest, descriptive of that one. But what do you, I'm trying to decide the order of the questions. Okay, we're going to come back to that one. What I want to know before we go into how you tap into your power is, did either of you have like an aha moment where you were like, I need to empower myself or else the world's going to get me?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was the first time a male DJ, because, I was on rock radio for a long time. When I was told you will never make the same money the guys make, quit thinking you're going to get afternoon drive or morning drive. You're never going to do morning drive, you're never going to do afternoon drive, and you're never going to make the same kind of money the guys make. You have a lovely work ethic, but you're never going to get what the guys get. And I thought, don't ever tell me never. Don't ever tell me never. And I do like to point out I'm in the Rock Radio Hall of Fame, and they're not. So there you go.
So all you needed was for someone to say you couldn't.
You couldn't.
Yeah. And you're like, what do you mean? Oh, yeah, what do you mean I can't make the same kind of money the guys make? Well, you can't do morning drive. Why?
Mhm.
Why can't I do morning drive? I got an alarm. I can get up just as early as the rest of the guys. And don't ever tell me I can't do something. I think, people that are in that mindset, I was speaking to somebody earlier that's in that mindset, like you were just saying, Deb. And that's kind of how the whole empowerment question I just said to Charlie. How do you teach somebody to just create your own destiny and create your own opportunities? And it is teaching people that just get on the phone and start calling people. I remember how scared I was when I, after 22 years on the radio in Houston, just had my first child, didn't know what to do with this thing, and was told we're not renewing your contract. It is all I had ever done since I was 17 years old. And so I felt sorry for myself for a couple of days. And then I got on the phone and I started calling people saying, can I come by your office and talk to you? I need some advice. Do you know of anybody that's looking for somebody with my skill set? I don't even know what my skill set is. How would you describe my skill set? That's a great question to ask anyone who knows you. How would you describe, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? How would you describe my skill set? And when you start to gather that information's empowering, right, Carrie? Where are we going? Carrie's taking us somewhere. Where are we going?
Well,
is it somewhere fun? We're outside. Okay.
Sorry, yeah, I had to move because my charger is out here.
Oh.
And my battery's about to die and I don't want to lose you guys.
It.
So I'm just.
But yeah.
Okay, technology.
So, Mercury and all. And I was just like, as the battery's wearing down. And I was like, oh no. But I worked out here today. So that's why the charger's out here. So new location. Hi, guys.
Amazing. But before we
I know
go
we're
over,
live. Excuse me. Honey, can I have
yes.
some more wine? Oh, he's got his headphones on. All right, whatever. I don't know what he's
You want to send him a text?
No, he doesn't know how to check text. He can fly jets. I'm trying to get his attention. He can fly jets and land a space shuttle, but he cannot check his text. Can I have some wine, please?
I saw a shuttle launch 2 times. Both of my parents worked at NASA.
Oh, and so did Wonder Husband.
Love that. Well, if he's landing shuttles.
But can't text apparently. But he knows what this means.
Yeah.
See, we do the handoff.
I love it.
What I wanted to share before we go to Carrie with this question. So both you and Viveka share secrets in 52 Secrets. And Dayna's is be able to say what you do in, what is it, like 5 words?
3 words. No, 3 words.
3 words.
I create rock stars.
Right. Book proposal simplified. Mine done, right? But in order, Carrie,
I amplify voices.
There you go.
I like that. Because then people go, oh, are you in the sound business? I tell people, you want 3 words that make the person sitting next to you on an airplane, instead of going, oh, that's nice, and putting in their AirPods, actually go, well, what does that mean? And then you give them 2 or 3 sentences. And if you've done it right, their entire body language will shift, and they'll look at you and go, "Ooh, tell me more." So I like that. I amplify voices. Oh, do you have a sound company? No,
No, I
blah
have
blah
a
blah.
podcast.
And you
I have a platform where voices shine, and I just put the microphone in front of them.
yeah, I give people a chance to be heard with what they do best.
Exactly.
Well, this is why he's a wonder husband.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just being able to.
You cannot enable people to help you if you cannot tell them what you do and how they can support what you're doing.
Right. I do this all the time. I'll do on Facebook, and then I'm a part of a couple of women's groups on Facebook. So I'll share it on the groups, and it's on Mondays. And I'll say, for Motivation Monday, what kind of help do you need to succeed? What kind of nudge do you need to move forward? Be short, be concise, be specific. Where are you? What do you need? Just be concise. And people will say, well, I need help with running lines. Where? When? For how long? Nobody can offer to help you if you don't give them the details, and they don't need a dissertation.
Yeah. I think a lot of people have a hard time asking for help out of fear.
Yeah.
And I think there was a time when women, especially who were first starting in corporate back in the 80s and 90s, asking for help mean you weren't capable.
You were weak.
And you were weak, and you were easily replaced. And at that time also, women were competing for that one seat, that one little door opened against each other. I mean, that was the smartest trick men ever pulled, was to try. But when we realized, wait a minute, we're stronger together. We're stronger as a collective. We're stronger arm in arm. They didn't like that.
And now you can ask AI, and nobody has to know you asked.
Exactly.
And you can learn everything and get all the answers you need.
Yep.
Okay, then.
We've taken welcome to the Carrie and Dayna show, Deb.
Yes, welcome.
I am used to it. So what about you, Carrie? What was your aha moment? I need to empower myself. No one's going to do this for me.
It's a complex question, because I can remember the first time feeling like I was capable of anything. And it was when I was probably 10 or 11 years old. And I told my dad I wanted to be a stewardess, a flight attendant, because they had the cute little outfits and they had the scarves. And he looked at me and he said, "No, Carrie, you're going to be the pilot." And it never even occurred to me that a woman could be a pilot. I mean, this is the 80s. And at that point, I'd never met a female. I knew of Sally Ride, right? We all knew Sally Ride. And so that always stuck with me, that little moment with my dad, flippant. But my career path has always been working with women. I was a social working with domestic violence victims. I was a teacher, and the majority of teachers in elementary school are women. I'm also, the mothers are the ones that show up to pick their kids. Not all the moms, but the majority of women are, it's a large community of women. When I realized that the people in charge were all the men. The men's were the principals, the men's were the superintendent. And so I was like, this has got to flip, because they're making decisions that affect a lot of women, and there are no women in the room.
They don't have a uterus.
They don't. They have no idea, and they're making decisions about us. So that was my second, this was when I was fiery and in graduate school, and I was, so I came back down to earth when I became an entrepreneur and started my own business, and realized I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So I looked for support and went to networking events, and I was the only woman there. Everybody else were these old white men, and they were like, "Hey, what's your name? Here's my card." And I was like, there's got to be a better way to network to empower women. So that was my other aha moment. And that's when I really went to a group of girlfriends for a dinner party, and I'd said, we need better networking. We need good food, we need parking, we need I don't want cold coffee and little mini hot dogs. Can I get a canapé? I mean, why is this so difficult? And then once I started creating those spaces, the women showed up for each other. They all just kept asking me, when are you having another one of those? And that's when I realized I needed to find my own network. That was my biggest aha of my career, was that bra. And that's how bra was founded, is wow, not only do we need to be lifted and supported, but we need to really, really push these girls up and get.
Oh man,
like-
I am so jealous of your branding and your name. I'm like, push.
Oh, watch
them
this.
up.
Watch
Love
this. We dive into the cleavage of each other's
I
businesses.
love it. Where did Viveka Titwoman go? Where'd she go?
Viveka Titwoman, she texted me with a frowny face.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
wah, wah.
we'll have to bring her back and work on her marketing phrases, because I mean, Carrie On here is just I love marketing and promotion, from being all those years in radio, and
Yeah.
you rock.
Oh, thank you. Well, coming from you, I will take that compliment and I will carry on with it.
Oh, you do carry on with that. That is great.
Okay, so let's get to the follow-up question, because great empowerment stories, and I do want to shout out to Meryl Cass. What a wonderful boost of confidence from your dad, Carrie. And then earlier he said he was so excited to see rock star Dayna Steele. So
He has been so supportive of me on LinkedIn. Hi, Meryl. Thank you.
And then Leanne, who's watching us live, thank you. And also we got a nice little shout out from our friend Pamela Barraway, who wrote, "People are still afraid to ask for help. They think it will make them look weak," whatever that means. But it is strength. It is strong to ask for help. And what I say all the time, you can't reach your goals on your own. You need your people. They are your resources, your advocates, your cheerleaders. Sometimes they're your client, but more likely they are your pathway to the other people you need to know.
Yes.
So going back to, and you both, is it nature nurture? Thanks, Mom. I always knew. She taught me about community and using your voice and bringing people together. I refer to her as the cheerleader's cheerleader. But not everybody knows how to tap into their power. So what recommendations do you have for that? It's one thing to know you need it. It's another to be able to get it.
I think.
And people are scared. Go ahead, Carrie. But
yeah, I was going to say, tapping into your power means you have access to it, right? That means you know it's there and you're just not checking in. So I would start to tap in by grounding yourself, really like finding out, what is it do I want to achieve? What do I want to do? What problem do I want to solve? And then from there, your power will come from it. Just being like, today I'm going to be powerful. No, we need purpose in order to be powerful. So purpose is first, grounding, purpose, power will come after that. And then honestly, protecting it, creating boundaries around your power, because there will be people that will want to suck the life blood out of you. And they may be someone you're really close with because they are attracted to your power, your confidence. They see that, so they want that for themselves. But that's when you create that boundary. Don't fill up your calendar just because it's empty. Like, create a system that's going to protect you when you're in your power, but also protect your reserve when you're not, when you need to take a minute, reflect, because that's important too, because we're just going to be exhausted if we're always stepping in our power. And that's draining, and that's not going to sustain us. So that's kind of like my overarching thing. I think it's just not just, I'm here. No, it's a whole system to get there and to retreat.
Carrie, you said something about a full calendar, and I have a girlfriend who says all the time, "Oh my God, look at how full my calendar is." Well, that does not mean you're working smart or you're successful. My calendar is really empty because there are days I know I need to just focus on the play this day. In my to-do list, who I can go beg more money from.
Right.
But
Dayna, you wake up every day for you, what you want to achieve. So do I.
Yeah. And I know the things I have to do. And yeah, you can't, just because your calendar's full doesn't mean you're successful.
No, it means you're overbooked is what it means.
You're
You're
overbooked,
exhausted. Yeah.
Okay, I just have to sidetrack. So I looked at my calendar tomorrow, and I originally had 3 appointments, and 2 of them canceled. And the rest of my day is clear. And I'm like, do I keep the 1 appointment, or do I move her So I have the whole focused day.
And I think that's a great day.
I do too. Unless the call's maybe like first thing in the day,
Mhm.
you can move her to like 9, 10 a.m. and then you have the whole day. A Deb day sounds amazing.
Well, every day is kind of amazing, but yeah, I'm like, I'm like drunk with power. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, what could I do if I didn't have to talk to people? Oh.
But people think if they don't have anything on their calendar or they don't have anything planned, then they're not
Productive or
Mhm.
yeah.
they're not working towards their goals. And so, no, I used to fill my schedule up too. And it's like, no,
Yeah.
that's not
You know what they
gonna
can put
do.
if they see there's like blanks in their calendar and they don't feel productive. I would recommend putting a date, have a date with your money, take it out, pour yourself a glass of wine, check all your bills, get a popsicle, whatever you need, and have a date with your money.
I love that. See
Yeah,
what your money's
spend
doing for you.
exactly because women don't like to look at that. But it's have a date with your money, go for a hike, make it a you day, but that's still very productive is looking at your money and where it's going.
As I get older, my body, it gets harder and harder, to move as much as you would like. And I have had to really force myself to, after I curate and gather the facts before I sit down to write them and edit them and send them out, I am making myself now roll out the yoga mat
Good.
and be mindful. It may only be for 10 or 15 minutes, but before I go jump into the world going to hell in a handbasket, I'm like, I'm going to go meditate. I'm just going to chill. And it's like, oh no, I got to go because I got to get that done. And then I've got to get, my tax stuff together for the accountant. And then I got to go have that. Nope. I'm going to go stretch right now and everything can wait.
And
for
Dayna,
10 or
did the
15
world keep spinning when you did that?
It did. And so now I have the yoga mat right by where I sit and read and drink my coffee. And as soon as I'm through reading all the things I read, I grab that yoga mat and that's what I do now. Everything else can wait. Because if I don't take care of me, and like you say, Deb, if I don't empower me, nothing's going to get done the rest of the day. Or it's going to get done, but I'm going to be stiff.
Or you're going to be resentful for it.
Yeah.
You're like, I have to do this. And then it's not your best work.
Okay, so Dayna, is that the answer to how you tap into your power is me time? Or what? Or do you want to get a little bit more?
For me, it's me time and being extremely, I've been in radio since I was 17 years old. Every Tuesday was 2 for Tuesday. Every Friday was electric lunch. It was, everything, I couldn't be late for work because at 10 o'clock I was on the air. When you're in media, when you're on the radio or on television, you can't be late in that seat.
Right.
Right.
And so, you had to be on time. So I'm very organized and I find the more freedom I get in my life over the last 10, 15 years, freedom I had to learn how to work with because I'm used to working with such strict media parameters. So that was I had to reteach myself that. So I learned that I love structure and I love routine, and it's okay to have it, even though it's not a real job and I'm not on the radio or on television anymore. I set the alarm for 6 o'clock every morning. Most mornings I wake up before that, but I get up 7 days a week at 6 a.m. And
I don't.
Neither do I.
But they say it doesn't
Good for you.
It doesn't matter when you go to sleep or when you get up, as long as you keep a routine. That's good for your brain.
The brain loves
me
it.
and brain health and Alzheimer's and dementia. So that I've always been a morning person. I was always the weird, person that would wake up at 6, 7, 8 o'clock and have to wait for my friends to wake up at 2 in the afternoon. It was like, get up, we're missing stuff. But I finally gave myself permission to have a routine. So that is how I empower myself. That's how I tap into my power, is I find the things that make me comfortable.
That's great.
and where I like to work. And it's a routine. It's a calendar. It's notes. Drives me crazy when my kids don't use their calendar, but that they're adults now. They can do whatever they want. I have a very strict filing system and a very strict routine that makes me feel comfortable. And I quit letting other people and myself shame myself for it. This is my schedule.
Yeah.
And I think part of it was it's like, oh girl, you're not on the radio anymore. You don't have to act like that. You're just trying to relive the old days. And it's like, no, I like structure. I always have. And so that's what I have for myself, is a very segmented, structured day. But I've started telling people when they, I need to meet with you at 9. Can't. I am available from 11 o'clock on.
That's boundaries.
When I get up till 11 o'clock is read, stretch, work out, morning shake, get the facts done, figure out what I need, what my priorities are for the day, get ready, and then you can have my attention. So that's how I tap into my power, Deb, is I have to have structure.
Well, first of all, you've both heard me go on anti-goober rants. Yeah. Carrie was treated to that last week. I know I've done it on the show before. And that's really kind of what 52 Secrets was born from, is the secret to success is there is no one secret. What people can do is they can pick and choose and take things out for a spin and see what works for them. And if it works, you keep doing it. And if it doesn't, you don't have to.
But if it does, don't let somebody tell you it's wrong.
Exactly.
I have people tell me, you're 66 years old, you're successful, you don't have to do all these things. It's like, yeah, but I've learned if I do all these things first thing in the morning, I am so incredibly productive and healthy the rest of the day.
And happier, right? And when you can anticipate okay, I know what to anticipate today. It keeps the anxiety down, keeps the nervous system regulated. Our brain can anticipate, okay, this is going to happen. And to me, if you're regulated that way, when shit gets in the way or something happens, a tree falls down or a tornado lifts up your house and you end in Oz, you're a little bit more prepared to be like, okay, this wasn't what I was anticipating, but I can do it. And I can manage it.
But for 30 years, I knew I had to be on the air at 10, that the first break was going to be at 10:19. The next break was going to be at 23 after the hour, 33 after the hour. The next one was going to be at 51. I had 3 minutes. I had 15 seconds to introduce the record. I knew exactly what I had. And to have that, and then to do television news, it's the same thing. You know exactly, you've got 22 seconds to convey this entire story, and then you go to this, and then you go to the weather, and when you've done that your whole life and all of a sudden it's gone. I floundered for a while thinking, oh, I've got all this freedom, and that freedom just really freaked me out. So I finally gave myself permission to lead a segmented life again, because it's what makes me comfortable. Now, Charlie the Wonder Husband, he's been a test pilot and a research pilot for NASA. The shuttle may go off. It may not go off. The launch may be delayed for 3 weeks. It may be delayed for 3. He just kind of goes with the flow. He may have to go to sleep at 2 a.m. He may have to go to sleep at 2 p.m. It took me a long time getting married to this man to not just, we have to be on this schedule. And he's like, I can't. I got to go fly. So I had to learn, to accept other people's schedules. But now, as I'm in charge of my own destiny to get, again, without children and a husband who's flying and everything, it's like, okay, this is my schedule now. So, Deb, you're right. I have tapped into it's a different power from 10 years ago. It's a different power from 20 years ago. It's a different power from 40 years ago. But my power now, and it really has just happened in the last few months, is I like structure. I have created a structure, and I'm not going to let anybody disrupt it. And it's been nice.
Really is the definition of empowerment. doing what works for you. As long as you're not hurting anybody, the rest of the world be damned, right?
You know, the dog we're babysitting gets fed. I haven't burned down my neighbor's house that I'm babysitting. You know, yeah, things get done. But, you know, I used to tell my kids, and now I tell everybody else, unless there's arterial bleeding, you're not going to get my attention between 6 and 11. You know, are you dying? No. Okay. Even the kids don't text me anymore, you know, but they all have jobs and whatever. But it's like, I'm busy.
And so the boundaries thing, and I've got a line in your goal guide, which is a road trip theme saying no backseat drivers. So you need to know your life, be control of it, but also, especially as freelancers, another one of my favorite rants, just because you are working on your own does not mean you are available to other people
all the time.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, Carrie, do you wanna
I mean,
on that for a minute?
I think that's a misconception that a lot of you know, founders, and they're first starting as an entrepreneur, and they've come from this system of like being in school, every hour is accounted for. I go to biology from 11 to 12, and then you're in college and I go here from 1 to 2. And then once they're kind of out and they're like, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. Oh, I'm the boss.
And you still need structure.
And you need the structure. And they kind of flounder in the idea that there's no one watching, right? That's the thing, is we don't have coworkers. We don't have a boss over us watching and making sure we're doing what we're doing. But at the same time, we don't have the person guiding us, mentoring us. Say, congratulations on that great proposal. Congratulations on that new client you got, that $50, you know, $50,000 win. And, you know, you don't have that. So it's like, to me, that's where community comes in. And you find the structure because you're like, hey, girls, let's co-work together. We're all working on different things, but we show up for each other, and we're more likely going to show up for somebody else than ourselves, especially women. We will sacrifice our own self for the benefit of the community. A lot of men do not do that.
To toot your own horn.
Yeah. It's hard to celebrate yourself, right? We feel it's vain.
And I do it all the time now.
Me too.
The play's going the play's going here. I just got an agent, thanks to Debra Eckerling. I mean, you know, all of these different things, it's okay, because that's the whole point of social media. That is our community. That is our front porch now. That is where you tell your community, this just happened. Please come celebrate with me. And they will.
Yeah.
The key word here is social. It's okay to go on Facebook or Instagram and go, wow, look what just happened. Because for the most part, people are good. For the most part, people are kind. And for the most part, people want to celebrate other successes.
Yeah. I mean, the Olympics is a perfect example of that, right? I've never ice skated in my life, but I see this girl doing triple axels and I'm like, good job. That's amazing. Like, I don't know this person, but you celebrate the wins.
On that ice and said, finding unique career kickoffs.
She did.
Yes.
She absolutely did. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I think we can't silo ourselves. We shouldn't be muting ourselves. The more we speak, the more we have conversations like this, it creates a ripple effect. It creates, you know, a butterfly effect, in that it may not hit somebody today, but maybe in 2 weeks when they see this, maybe they go to Dayna's Facebook and they're like, oh, they get the book. It is having these conversations. It's not only empowering, it's educational, it's informative, but you get to feel seen. People watching this are like, I get that. I'm also someone who needs my kids out of my hair between 6 and 11. Like, we're validating what everyone's feeling and not necessarily talking about.
Yeah, I love, by the way, which I would just like to go on the record here as saying something that's not very popular. Oh my God, I love being an empty nester. I love my children. Get out.
Okay.
The last one.
These are my children. One is yellow, one is red.
I remember telling our youngest, we're going to sell the family house of 30 years and you're not in college anymore and we're going to move downtown. He goes, I guess I could drive back and forth from there. I went, oh, no. You're going to get an apartment.
Yeah.
you're on your own. You're not in college, so you got a job. We're not paying it. So
Yeah, you're not quite there yet, Carrie.
No, I still have teenagers.
oh, I highly recommend it. Get them out of the house.
Oh yeah, my daughter goes to school and she's a freshman in Manhattan musical theater, like we were talking about. And as much as I miss her, and she comes home, for spring break, there are times when I was like, "Oh, why is there no drama right now? Oh,
It's quiet.
oh, would you look at that? I'm not arguing with someone over what we're having for dinner."
I know.
So what you're saying is it's efficient. It's
Yes.
much more efficient.
But I think even if somebody is listening to this and they're going, okay, great, Dayna's retired, Carrie's got, teenager, Deb doesn't have kids.
Deb has books.
Yeah, this
Not
doesn't.
children.
Yeah, but for somebody who's listening to this, maybe with younger kids, and they're going, well, this doesn't mean anything to me. It does. You can still. I set boundaries with my kids. My musical theater son, I'm like, you're gonna have to, work on carpooling for rehearsals and things at night. I can only do so much.
Yeah.
Because I also have a job and I do appearances and I do IMC things. And he was like, well, all the other moms do it. I'm like, well, this mom doesn't.
Yeah.
I'll be supportive and I will help on these days. But you can set boundaries. You can set boundaries with your partner, your spouse. You can set boundaries with your kids. And that is another form of empowerment, is just freeing up your time to, I don't care if it's to work on a project or to get a $50,000 deal or just to go get a damn manicure. You've got to give yourself that power.
Yeah. And let me tell you, when I was a teacher, here's something that always baffled me, because when I grew up, we didn't have backpacks with wheels. We had to carry that shit on our back, right? Like it was a heavy bag and we were carrying it. Well, here I am teaching 4th grade and there's coming in, not one kid is carrying their own backpack. All the parents have got it on their shoulder. They're rolling it in. And I was like, what is, my mother never carried my backpack. But it's like, what message are we sending if we don't feel like they're capable enough to carry their own backpack? That's not empowerment.
Yeah, I guess I was a horrible mom, but I was like, no, not doing it.
No, but my kids that learned how to carry their backpack, they learned how to pack. Well, if this is heavy and I'm carrying it, I better make sure I'm organized. I got my shit together. Do I have my lunchbox, my homework, and my water bottle?
Yeah, I forgot my lunch. Oh, well.
Well,
we're
not going to starve.
Say this morning, do you have your lunch?
Yeah.
Well, and when we were young, we would walk to school with that heavy backpack
in
too.
the snow through 5
uphill both ways.
There's the dog I'm babysitting. I don't know if you can hear it, but
I'm just fascinated because your lighting has gotten better through the conversation, Dayna, because it went from
the sun is going down. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I want to do a quick shout out to Annie, I hope I pronounced that right, and Lisa, who are watching us live, along with Pam and Lisa and Meryl. If you want to share what works for you for empowerment in the chat, we would love that. If you want to share who you are in 3 words or what you need in more than 3 words, feel free to help us empower you so you can empower others. Oh, Kenneth just popped in. And I know Dayna Steele very well. So Kenneth Dunner Jr.
Okay, hello.
Anyway, see, I'm sorry. I'm just getting distracted by the comments. Thank you all for jumping in live. And if you're watching the replay, you can comment, jump on in as well. And Pam's right with you. Her son is a freshman at Rutgers.
Yeah.
Pam, this is how time flies.
Home of the school that has produced the most astronauts, I think. No, sorry, that was Purdue. Never mind. Yeah, go
okay.
Rutgers.
So Pam's son was bar mitzvahed during the pandemic. I have never met Pam in real life, but back when I had my Twitter chat until 2023, she was a regular every single week. And the fact that this kid, who I also have never met, is now a freshman in college, just mind blowing, because you blink.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
As someone who has books, not children. Anyway, they're well behaved. They can stay as long as they want. This has been, and this is what I love so much about these conversations. I just throw a vague topic and we see what happens. I would love for each of you, though, to share some goals, to gift goals to the audience. So what is something anyone can do today, tomorrow, immediately to become empowered? You want to start us out? Dayna, you're smiling, or are you thinking?
No, it's something I posted earlier today. Yesterday was the official start of Women's History Month.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, the creator of rock and roll is a Black woman. Tharp was the godmother of rock and roll. What was I posted earlier today? It's based on the old the old quote, well-behaved women rarely make history. It's Women's History Month, and the women that we will celebrate, whatever circles we run in, I guarantee you 100% of those women took a chance at something. Whether it was me auditioning for a radio station, whether it was Rosa Parks taking a seat on a bus, it doesn't matter. Every single woman we celebrate in Women's History Month took a chance on something that wasn't popular, that people were scared, that women were scared they weren't going to be supported, but they all did the exact same thing, and they took a chance. Take a chance. Just do it. If it's something as simple as you're scared of a roller coaster, ride one.
Love that.
I do too. Amazing. Okay, Carrie, what goal are you gifting?
I'm gifting the goal of education. So we never know it all, right? And because it's Women's History Month, I'm going to challenge all of you to head over to Amazon or Apple TV and watch the movie Show Her the Money. Now, granted, I am the associate producer, but this movie follows 5 women founders seeking venture capital funding, all of them getting a no, realizing that in order for them to get funding, they would have to get it from other women. So it's very inspiring. It's very educational. It also is very funny, but if you keep yourself educated, if you keep yourself inspired, you don't get complacent. You don't do the same thing. You don't get static. You got to keep finding things that are going to get you jazzed up. And to me, watching a movie, listening to a new piece of music, seeing a play, a musical, consuming art is going to inform your work. So everyone, if you don't want to see this movie, go see Little Women. Go see the musical stuff.
I went to the ballet yesterday. I hate the ballet.
Yes.
I am so not a girly girl. But the new principal dancer,
Inspire.
he is so hot. I went to see him dance.
So you feel good afterwards, and feeling good makes good work. Informs.
He's a 20-year-old Black gay man. He does not know I exist, but it's like, I am gonna pay for tickets to go watch Harper Waters dance with the Houston Ballet. And it does. It just opens up your mind. It was empowering to watch someone with such joy on stage. I mean, they're all incredible dancers, but his joy is infectious.
Based on what you just said, I'm going to offer a bonus goal, and I'm going to say, tap into what brings you joy, and do that at least a little bit every day.
Yeah.
Because and I say this with frequency, I believe goals are magic. I think if you've got something that you're working toward, that even if you're doing it a little bit at a time, it's something you keep in your pocket, that when you need that burst of energy, when Mercury retrograde is wreaking havoc at you, you're like, I can cope. Or you've got a client you, or you have to have a conversation with your landlord, whatever
Wait a
it
minute.
is.
A client that's what with you?
Like, you.
Okay.
Not me. I love my clients.
No.
My clients are amazing, but not everybody is as blessed as I am.
I'm gonna
But
use that for
you're
something.
actually, this was about a year ago. I was doing a fireside chat, and this is why I always say that example, is someone said, what do you do when you've got a difficult client? And I said, do something you love right before you meet with them, and then reward yourself with doing something you love. And she IM'd me a couple days later and said, Deb, I did this 2 days in a row and it really worked. Thank you so much. So the point being, tap into something that brings you joy, make it a project, and do it whenever you need that burst of energy. And that also will help you come at whatever you're doing from a position of power. And that is how you empower yourself.
Yeah.
And it can be as simple as taking a walk. I just sometimes go, okay, that's it. I need to just.
It's really not that complicated.
I need to go walk around the block.
Yeah.
You know, it's free. It's right there. My tennis shoes are at the front door. Put the tennis shoes on and go take a walk and figure it all out.
Can I tell you a secret?
Yeah.
I found myself with a little extra time today and I took a walk.
And it was a
There you
beautiful
go.
day.
It was, well, this is the thing. I had to take out my recyclables. I'm like, I'm putting on shoes anyway. Might as well take a walk around the block.
Let's get some steps in.
Right?
Yeah.
Get the steps in.
I
Because
always
it's
tell
not
people,
about the
don't
steps.
take your phone and don't take your AirPods. Now I know it's
I gotta
different
go,
for
guys.
everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I
Well,
just
let
go without
let
all
me
Running a
let
little
me
over, I'm
wrap
sorry.
us up real quick. Carrie, where can people learn more about you? Dayna, where can people learn more about you? Final thought, and then we're out.
Well, you can find me at carrie-murray.com, on YouTube, Carrie Murray, and that's Carrie like the movie, Carrie, and on any Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Carrie On with Carrie Murray, and then Instagram, Carrie Murray. It's everywhere.
And I'm
Excellent.
Dayna Steele, DaynaSteele, and you can Google me and see the woman in the mirror in Scotland the entire month of August.
Love
in
that.
Edinburgh. So thank you.
Amazing. And I am at the Deb Method everywhere. If you go to thedebmethod.com/blog, you can watch the replay, read the recap, get the goals, and your final thoughts. Carrie, final thought?
Do something that scares you and reflect on it. That's what I would suggest.
Okay.
Be brave.
Okay, and Dayna?
There's no such thing as failure. It's all
Amazing.
yeah.
It's all learning. Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Well, thank you both so much for joining me. Thank you for tuning into GoalChat. I am live every Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific. You can also subscribe to GoalChat on your favorite podcast platform. Be brave, empower yourself, do all the things because we know you can do it. Thanks, everyone.
Nice meeting you, Dayna.
Bye.